My first overall play is going to be Jalen Hurts over 1.5 passing touchdowns. You guys are going to want to stick around to hear why. And along with this pick, I'm also going to be providing 5 other picks here in this Thursday night football game. I'm going to show you why they are long-term profitable here in this video. What's up, guys? If you guys are brand new to this channel, I teach you guys all about plus EV betting, and that's betting with an edge. You look at the individual casual sports bettor, the person who's just playing for fun, and they're hitting on their picks about 50% of the time. But what if I told you that you don't have to be a casual sports bettor? You can hit over 50% of the time, and you can also beat the books by targeting plays that are higher than 55%. And I can also closely guarantee you that these plays are actually hitting at above a 55% rate. So by doing so, we are comparing the market, right? The market all sets lines individually across all major sports books, across all DFS apps, and what you're looking at here in front of you is called the DGFantasy Optimizer, and we are literally optimizing your picks. We're showing the percent odds to hit based on what the sportsbook set their projections to and also their hidden juice. Now, that sounds intimidating on the surface, but if you peel back the layers here, all this really means is that there's a set price for each one of these projections. So allow me to explain here. Jalen Hurts set to 1.5 is also matched on the sports books, on Pinnacle, on DraftKings, on BetMGM, pretty much every single one down the line. But they all have different juice behind these lines, right? So minus 135 is a different price than minus 138. Minus 125 is a different price than minus 138. Whatever. Nobody really cares about the sports books right now because we're focusing on PrizePicks. On PrizePicks, the average sportsbook line that we're getting this projection at is going to be about minus 138 juice. Now, this doesn't provide that much of an edge. It's only giving this, if you take out the juice, you take out the hidden tax behind all these player props, you're only hitting at a 53.8%. In order to remain profitable in the long run, at least for 5-man flex slips, you have to hit over a 54.26% for each individual prop. Okay, so that's how you remain profitable in the long run. So using this sportsbook knowledge, individually, this is not a profitable bet on PrizePicks. But what if I told you there's a hidden strategy here to increase these odds organically? I know, it sounds crazy because these players aren't playing a game. There's no way that I can actually affect the game. But what I can do is use something called correlation. And the reason why this works on PrizePicks and not other sports books is because other sports books, they rely on dynamic payouts, meaning that if you were to play a lot of plays in the same game on the sports books, they alter their payouts based on the percent odds to hit of all those individual players because they are positively or negatively correlated. But on fixed payout platforms like PrizePicks and Underdog, where the payouts don't change regardless of the amount of picks, this is where the edge lies, right? So if I take Jalen Hurts and I put the over of, let's say, passing touchdowns, obviously, combine that with like receiving yards from the opposing team with AJ Brown. Then I also throw in, who cares, TJ Hawkinson. And then I throw in the opposing quarterback here with Kirk Cousins. Obviously, this is all positively correlated, right? This is where the edge lies because this does not change the payout structure, right? You will always get a 10x for getting 5 out of 5, and then you'll get your added insurance. So getting 4 out of 5, you get 2x, and then 3 out of 5, you get 0.4x. And again, to further prove this, it does not matter the type of combos that you play here on PrizePicks. The only thing that you can't do is combine all unders here for this exact type of correlation on NFL. That's where they'll alter your payouts. But like, let's say, for instance, I wanted to combine plays from MLB, right? And then soccer. Who cares what the player props are individually? They never change the payouts. Because if I put in all the overs, or I take the under on this guy, 5 out of 5 is still 10x, 4 out of 5 is still 2x, and then 3 out of 5 is 0.4x. And again, this is where the edge lies because organically, by combining and correlating certain players, we're hitting and getting way above that threshold of each individual plus EV play because organically we're bringing up the percent chance. If Jalen Hurts throws for more passing touchdowns, that means AJ Brown is more likely to catch more receiving yards, get a touchdown. And the opposing team, if they're throwing a lot, that means there's probably a shootout occurring. And there's positive correlation all over the place in the passing game, right? But what if we take it a step further? What if we take the under on Jalen Hurts, right? That means the rushing yards are probably going to be positively impacted, or the punts are going to happen more often, right? So one thing that we always have to look at is how these combos are positively correlated. But we've taken it one step further. We do all the work for you at DGF. As of this week, we've added NFL to our correlation tool. And our correlation tool, if you are brand new to this tool, we released this a couple weeks ago. And we included soccer because that was one of the most positively correlated sports. but now NFL, second most correlated, and we're having a blast with it. What this correlation tool does is, first of all, we track all of our results for each individual slip that we recommend. And yes, we recommend full slips to our users. So you can also sign up for email notifications using this tab. And whenever a new edge presents itself for NFL, for soccer, we send you an email with a full slip on what the most positively correlated combos are and the best ROI. So that's all this is showing you. The profit margin on this specific slip. It shows the correlation score, anything close to 100. The higher the number, the better, the more correlated it is. So let's now walk through this slip, right? Let's go Jalen Hurts over 1.5 passing touchdowns. And what this software does is it scans the market. It starts with the highest plus EV, the best plus EV opportunities. Obviously with this NFL slate, I selected NFL and I put in, let's go ahead and reselect here just to make sure there's no other plays. But all we have to do to find the best plus EV play to start our slips is head over to the NFL, and you'll see that Jalen Hurts is one of the better plays. And it looks like TJ Hawkinson under fantasy score just popped up. Regardless, we're scanning the market. We're showing the best plus EV combos and the highest correlated combos. So again, Jalen Hurts has a slight edge individually. But what if we take it a step further and we have our software scanning for all the different correlated combos? So Jalen Hurts over 1.5 with Kirk Cousins over 1.5 passing touchdowns. That's positively correlated because if they're getting into a shootout, that means both players are going to throw for a lot and they're going to throw for hopefully a lot of touchdowns, right? And we've seen this game script before. Kirk Cousins is always throwing a lot of touchdowns. So based on our software's knowledge here and scanning that plus EV value, Kirk Cousins is the next best positively correlated play. Next to Jalen Hurts over passing touchdowns. Let's look at some other ones. Sipos, who cares? That's their punter. That's their kicker for the Eagles. If there's more passing touchdowns, that means there's probably less opportunities for punts because who's going to settle for punts if they're trying to play catch up and they're getting into a shootout, right? So Sipos, don't even know if that's his name. Who actually watches punters and who actually pays attention to the punters, right? So we're going to go ahead and throw this guy in here under punts. I can only assume that the other punter is also going to be positively correlated. He's actually not in here. But all we're doing, again, is comparing market value. So if we head back here to the optimizer, you can see Kirk Cousins is slightly favored for the over. And I get that he's not a plus EV play individually. But if we correlate all these plays together, we're getting a huge profit margin by just looking at the game script, and hopefully the game script goes in our favor. Now, again, I'm not saying that the game script is going to be all passing. I'm saying given the opportunity of a high passing game, we have a fantastic opportunity at a profitable slip by positively correlating plays together. And again, the edge is just because PrizePicks is a fixed payout platform. They don't alter their payouts based on positively or negatively correlated plays. And I'm going to, again, take this a step further. I want to show you guys the math behind why this is profitable and why there is such an edge. If I take a look at FanDuel right now, and I put together the legs here for all of these individual players, very similar to the ones that I just selected. Some of these markets don't exist for FanDuel, like receptions. I believe receptions was in one of the slips. Anyway, I positively correlated these 6 plays together. I know that they changed when I was uploading this video. Kirk Cousins over passing yards was recommended. Regardless, he set the minus 113 to go over 262, so it's relatively close. Anyway, the whole point being here is that Jalen Hurts over 1.5 correlated with Kirk Cousins over 262 passing yards, with TJ Hawkinson over receiving yards, with Justin Jefferson over yards, Madison under rushing yards. That's also positively correlated with these other players. And then DeAndre Swift, being from the Philadelphia Eagles, also under rushing yards. Again, pass-heavy offense is what we're hoping for here. This is going to equate to plus 2,478 odds, American odds, right? And all this converts to is if you put $100 down, let's just make this $10 for the sake of simplicity, you're getting just over a 25x payout, okay? Let's now compare this. This was a 6-leg parlay on FanDuel. Let's now take this a step further and compare this over to the PrizePicks payout, where we're getting 25x for 6 out of 6. We're getting a 2x for 5 out of 6, and then we're getting 0.4 for 4 out of 6. So we're getting the added insurance, slightly less in terms of the overall upside, but the fair odds percent odds to hit make this worth it. And it provides overall better bang for your buck, which is literally the entire point of taking advantage of this edge while we still have it. Since NFL just got released to our correlation tool, we're going to celebrate by offering 10% off your first month. That is using code TNF. That's for Thursday Night Football. And again, this is only going to be lasting until the Thursday Night Football game. So guys, take advantage. Use code TNF. That is, again, for 10% off your first month. Now let's get back to slip building. So we got 2 overs for quarterbacks, hoping this is a pass-heavy game. Then the under for punts, right? Positively correlated. And again, all our software is doing is scanning for the best positively correlated combo. This might change in 5 minutes. It might change in an hour. It could never change. This might be the edge here, given the plus EV plays across the board. The best part about all this is that our software is automatically recommending slips for you by combing through the highest correlated combos and also finding the best plus EV plays. And it's not only doing this for Thursday Night Football, it's doing this for every single football game for this NFL Sunday. So guys, been working very hard on this product. As you can see here, all the slips that we recommend here would have you up from, it looks like about a month ago, you would be up 24.2 units. That's for a $100 bettor. You would be up $2,400, right? So that's how you do the math here. Anyway, let's go ahead and go down the rest of these options here. Dallas Goedert over receiving yards is going to be the next play. Positively correlated with the quarterbacks, right? And then TJ Hawkinson over receiving yards, 49.5. And then last but not least, we have Quez Watkins over receptions, over 1.5. Only has to get 2 receptions here to hit the over. Again, we are hoping that Jalen Hurts is going to throw the ball a lot. The odds say, hey, more likely going to be throwing the ball, and therefore we're going to trust the math. The only under that we have here is by the punts, so we're hoping that the Eagles don't punt the ball this entire game. And that's it, guys. We're going to hope for a 25x and keep coming back for more content. As you can see here, this payout never changes, even if we correlate this slip together, which is the edge on PrizePicks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this content. If you did, please do hit that subscription button, notification bell, and of course, smash that like button for all of our future NFL content. With all that being said, have a great rest of your day, and let's cash.